What's up, everybody? You are taking a smoke break with Blue Anderson, only on Color Wheel Media. And today I am joined in the studio by none other than Pope Frankra.
Hey everybody, it's Pope Frankra, Stephen Caps, whatever you want to call me. It's me. I'm here. I'm back. And this time more alive than ever, and I'm ready.
And this is actually the redemption of Pope Frankra.
Oh yeah, because last time I was here, let me tell you, just one spliff after not smoking for a whole month. One spliff, that's all it took to put me down, and I was down for the count. Somehow made it through most of the podcast before my body was like, "Hey, you need to go like lie down and die," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's what we're gonna do." But now this time, no, we're ready. One spliff gonna be nothing. It's just gonna be a nice little chit chat, post-work spliff. You know what I'm saying? Got another 3-day stretch coming at you. More work, always working. That's what we do.
Hell yeah. Gotta keep on it. Because the bills don't stop for no one.
They really don't. This man's over here grinding his weed real quick. I'm already like rubbing my hands together, looking like I'm fucking fiending. I'm ready though. I am fiending. I'm excited. So
I was pre-spliffed. You got a little bit of pre-party,
yeah, we both did.
pre-pod.
Pre-pod, pre-pod. So what's been on your mind lately? Blue. Sorry, no one heard that. You can't cut that one out though. That one's there. Did it freeze? Oh no, we're good.
Yeah, what's been on my mind? I've been happy to be back smoking.
Are you gonna use that?
Do you want that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go for that.
Oh my goodness, we're rolling a bunny B today, baby. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I don't know, like just trying to keep in the swing of things, stay in the swing of things. Um, Thinking of various projects that I'm working on. So have you been working on anything creative?
I'm gonna be honest. No, the only creative thing that I've really been doing is, well, like I just said, nothing. I'm becoming more of a family man, but within that, I will figure out something creative to do. Watching my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fiance uh, be creative in the things that she does, because I know that she loves to paint and draw, and she just has like a creative eye, even when like she's playing video games, because she likes to like play builders kind of, so like Minecraft and
Hell yeah.
Sims and stuff like that. But just watching her be creative has slowly started to open up my creative eye back up. Whoa, tonguey.
You know what I think you should do is start a canvas. Like just get like a big old canvas and have it sitting around so if you ever feel like splashing some paint on it. Because I've seen you made some cool paintings over when you were at T-Dogs.
Oh, thank you. But no, I actually like that idea, and I know we definitely have paint in the house, and that we're always looking at paint. We go to Michael's at least like 3 times a week.
Hell yeah, essential.
It really is. I'm not gonna lie. Candles there can't beat the price. You get 2 for like $7.99. Not a sponsor.
Hell yeah. Is there like a small like art shop in Wink? Or is it Michael's Reliant?
What do you mean Michael's Reliant?
Like is there any other like small business like art shops?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm gonna be. I'm sure there is, with it being Winchester and just the amount of things that are actually in Winchester. That we are still finding new things in Winchester, with it being like either food places and or like little shops here and there. But Michael's just is kind of like the go to.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's the same way here. I feel like it's hard to keep like art shops open. Like art supply shops, really.
Yeah. But I feel like that's a lot of small businesses, especially like in a town like the kind of town that we're in currently. Uh,
Well, in this town, there's like no hope. In
uh
Front Royal, you could probably have a little thing for a while on Main Street, and Wink, you probably could. I don't know. I don't think of Wink as like have like you know. I don't really go out there that much, but I don't see it as being a town with like a massive art scene. There's a little gallery though. I don't know any of the street names, but it's a small gallery over by like where Hopscotch is.
are you thinking like in the Old Town area?
Yeah, it's over by like the old town, but like right on the way like to kind of over by like Shenandoah.
No, I know
On the
exa-
same road that like Shenandoah has that big like sort of park on.
Yeah, my fiance and I have walked by that place many a times at this point. With as many times as we go down to Old Town, I just have no idea what the name of the gallery is, but I do know the gallery of what you're speaking of.
It's something like super super basic. Like
Yeah,
it's like art shop or something like that.
as I'm not surprised.
But yeah, but I don't know. It was cool when I was in the Outer Banks. There was like this little, like smaller art shop. I was able to pick up some supplies down there a couple summers ago actually. But it's hard for small places to compete with like Michaels and Hobby Lobby and stuff like that.
I do
But
not.
Michaels is just like when you're small town and you don't really have like a legit like little art supply shop, Michaels it just becomes essential. That's what's kept me going with my paintings.
Yeah, and they got a lot of high quality paints there, surprisingly. Well, I guess it wouldn't be surprisingly, but I appreciate their paints.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like, is it Windsor Newton? That one also definitely not a sponsor, but they make good oil paints. I think they make good acrylic paints. I can't remember the like acrylic paint brand they carry,
Yeah.
but yeah, the only thing about Michaels though is they could definitely use like better brushes, but the paint selection is pretty good.
So I very much appreciate that you had the blunt wrap this time, and I might have to start bringing them more because let me tell you, I was able to get this rolled so much quicker than I was a spliff. I mean, I can still roll a spliff, whether it looks janky or not, and it'll still smoke. But just the level of quickness that I've surpassed when not rolling the spliff and rolling the blunt. Oh,
Hell yeah! One of the things I wanted to like sort of joke about is that like you notice that like pretty much like a bunch of the stuff we talked about the last time you were on here, which if you haven't checked that out yet, check it out. Was it episode 5?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Smoke Break episode 5, I believe, where you came on last time. We were talking about the congressional UAP like disclosure thing. Have you noticed that shit got like swept under the fucking rug?
Oh yeah, haven't heard nothing about that for a minute now. And I'm not really surprised at this point either. But I feel like, at some point something might come of light of it. Who knows? It would be nice. But at the same time, like the whole thing kind of seem like just kind of like a distraction. See, but now I'm more stuck on like back on World War III kind of BS because thinking about like with Hamas and Israel and all of that going on, and apparently, I guess Biden. I don't want to just make any claims here just because I saw a headline or this and that or an article provided by Google. Not a sponsor. But let me tell you, something about like Biden and some like kind of airstrike kind of deal in Hamas or something. I don't know. All I know is it's a messy situation and it's not good.
Okay, wait. Do you want me to give you the little like rundown of that as best as I
Please,
know it,
please.
without getting into like too controversial of territory? Because this is that is like a sort of sticky like topic where
Very sticky, yes.
you know people are very opinionated, but you know you had like the Hamas do like a terror attack at like some music festival, right? And took some hostages and whatnot. So Netanyahu, Israel, just start like from what I've heard has started like basically just like carpet bombing them,
Yeah.
like the West Bank, like Palestine,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, not a good situation. But I feel like it's messed up like in like sort of mainstream media. I feel like you have everybody either like the where people will go and try to make you feel guilty for not like really picking a side,
Yeah.
you know. But
And that's kind of what's scary.
it's ridiculous where it's like you're you're people are trying to force people to like choose between a allegedly genocidal nation state and a literal like terrorist organization. It's like if you don't it's like people go and like criticize like the response that Israel had to the Hamas attack and the toll it's had on like, civilians. And people are making it out to be like, oh, like if you don't support Israel, like you're supporting a terrorist group. And it's like it's a lot more nuanced than that.
A lot more nuanced than that. Like it's just a very complicated situation. Both parties think they need to be in the situation, or like in the place that one of them's already in, and it's almost reminds me kind of like the Berlin Wall kind of situation. Because don't they have like some kind of like wall or something like that in like Palestine?
Well, there's sort of like a big like well, I don't know, like there's a wall of Jerusalem. I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to. Like there's like a big like fenced off area that some people have said is like an open air prison, but
I
is
think
being
that's
referred
what I'm.
to as like a refugee camp.
I think that's what I'm thinking of.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a horrible situation just on in terms of like, it being like a humanitarian crisis for both sides.
Yeah.
Like it's not good on either side, but at the same time you hear things about like Israel shutting off their power and access to internet and
Mm-hmm.
you know like I you know just when in terms of like the causing human suffering, like not a good thing for either side.
No.
But it's sort of crazy, like, Biden, I think, said something about, like, the, made a speech mentioning, like, the civilian casualties and apparently him trying to sort of, like, broker for some sort of peace talk. But he's like, yeah, we didn't tell, nobody told America to do a ceasefire after Pearl Harbor. Nobody told them to do a ceasefire after when they dropped the atomic bomb. It's like, whoa.
And they said that.
Yeah, reckless for him too, because like U.S. I couldn't imagine Biden pulling like all aid from them, but like America does like send a lot of aid over there. So talking reckless when there are people in this country trying to secure them like literal billions of dollars. I think the number was like 14 something billion.
And we're not talking about Ukraine right now, are we?
We're talking about Israel.
See, that's crazy because we're still sending money to Ukraine.
Yeah, Ukraine got sent a whole lot of money as well.
Like, I'm not saying that we shouldn't help these people, but at the same time, it's like we wonder why we're hurting at home at the same time.
I mean, the thing is like for the last like who even knows how long, definitely, all throughout after World War II and whatnot. I'm not sure. My understanding of the history of it doesn't really. I'm not sure about World War One or whatever going back before then, but the U.S. has historically sent a whole lot of foreign aid to various countries. But and me personally, and this isn't even me trying to get into like conspiracy theory waters. I kind of feel like it is sort of like a bargaining chip. You know what I'm saying? It's like you like they're trying to keep like these sort of other countries dependent on them.
Well, and not only that, but also at the same time, it's like they use these militant groups, and then they supply them with higher military grade weapons, and it also seems like they're trying to, topple the government that's already in place with the militant group that becomes in power, and then eventually ends up becoming a terrorist group anyway, like Al Qaeda. And did we have the Taliban before they became the Taliban?
Yeah, I think the Taliban was definitely either Taliban or Al Qaeda. Back even like going way back during like the Cold War, like I'm pretty sure they were giving them arms to fight off like a Russian invasion, a Soviet invasion. But like then the same thing sort of happened again in like whatever the group was. I can't remember if it was Taliban or Al Qaeda again. They gave them a whole. It was some like sort of paramilitary group. I can't remember the name, but they gave them a bunch of guns and training, and then once they U.S. hauled off, they're like, okay, we're renaming ourselves ISIS now. I know that's probably a way oversimplification of how everything went down, but I mean the thing is like, goodness, like the whole like area of the Middle East has been used as sort of like a pawn for like since like the Cold War or a sort of bargaining chip or whatever, like U.S. coming through, toppling over dictators, setting up puppet governments, what haven't, arming this group and this group turning around and becoming a terrorist organization. But
We want the oil, man. We want that oil.
they wanted the oil so bad.
I believe it though. Now this is kind of a random, completely off topic tangent. But I was kind of thinking about it this whole time. Have you had anything spooky happen to you lately or recently? Spooky season just kind of came to a close, so I feel like it'd be a good time to ask.
No, I actually haven't had anything real spooky. Have you?
Well, let me rephrase. Have you had anything spooky happen in like your life? Really?
No, like as of recently, I haven't had any sort of like, I guess you could say, phenomenological
Yeah.
experiences.
Yeah. No, I haven't either. I was just curious. Yeah. What can you do?
Hell no. I haven't had that many spooky things happen like in my lifetime.
Was God protecting you before?
Apparently.
Goddamn. Who's protecting you now?
Who knows?
Yourself.
Eris.
Hello, Eris. You brought up. You gotta say hello, and I say hello, hello.
Hello.
Oh yeah. See, Blue said hello too. Let me tell you, I know this man by one name. I should know him by two. But I always say the wrong name, and I do apologize.
Yeah, I don't know. I've had my name. Only in the daily grind have I ever had any sort of phenomenological occurrence.
See, that's spooky. That's spooky. And what happened?
All I knew was, well, one time there was like a crash of dishes, and there was like no one out. nothing, no sign of what would make dishes crash. Like everybody was seated, you know.
Mm.
And then another, like, I think twice, I heard my name called. And one time it was after close, and the only coworker I could see all the way in the front of the building while I was in the kitchen,
Yeah.
you know. And then another time I was with my manager. I was like just washing dishes while she was cooking. And I was just like, I thought I heard someone call me. I was like, did you just say my name? She was like, nah. And I don't see her being able to mask her voice, and also I don't see her being the kind of person to be like, oh, I'm just gonna say his name and then not say that I said your name.
Yeah, doesn't want to give you the spook, but something gave you the spook that day.
I didn't really find it spooky, you know. There was like a Civil War battle that went down Main Street.
That's very
You
true.
know? So who knows how haunted that might be.
You ever thought about doing like a ghost hunt?
No, I don't feel like they really come out for that, you know.
Yeah.
Like I would go hang out with my buddy Delaney down in Alexandria, where he is living over in like sort of the old town, and you like all the time during the summer, spring, you can just see like ghost tours coming down the street.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like people are like, yeah, like, you know, Main Street is probably pretty haunted. But, you know, the thing is like they don't have like a sort of like ghost like lore, you know. There's probably no like figures that anybody could point to as like, oh, this building on Main Street is haunted by the ghost of this person. You know, like Alexandria has that. Like, you know, New Orleans has that.
Yeah.
San Francisco even has like sort of spots like that.
Do you like visiting spooky places?
I actually do, yeah.
And there you go. So, have you visited any spooky places? Is it okay if I light one of these
Yeah,
up?
go for it.
Thank you.
Um,
Lucky Strike. Still not a sponsor, but if you ever did sponsor me, I would not be mad. But still not an ad.
I don't think they're really allowed to in this day and age. Aren't they like very restricted on what cigarette companies can do for advertisement?
I mean, yes, that is. I mean, yes. Hey, they still got candy cigarettes, man, at the gas station.
They used to literally. I'm pretty sure. The company Viceroy.
Yeah.
You know, they had gotten in trouble years and years and years ago for like marketing to children, basically.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like pushing it to children. But like the thing was like, and actually I can't remember if it was Viceroy. I'm pretty sure it was Viceroy too. It was like marketed because I think they might have been the first. No, actually it might be what's that one company that has like the recessed filter? Parliaments. I'm pretty sure they had like
Yeah.
a advert campaign, whereas like because they were the first to put the filter in the cigarette, and they had an advertising campaign which was like, yeah, like dentist recommended.
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure.
Do you think dentists
I guess
still
we'd have
recommend them?
Definitely not.
Oh, come on. Then they're just a bad dentist.
Definitely no more dental recommendations.
Where did you get your degree? If you tell me like cigarettes are bad for me. Okay, you probably don't even need a degree to tell me that cigarettes are bad for me. Because I agree.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, there are plenty of studies from people who have degrees from various academic institutes that will tell you that
Okay.
it's bad.
So I guess
Bad, okay?
it's bad. It's bad. What?
It's no bueno.
It's no bueno. She said it no bueno. But I guess it's not really what's coming next. That isn't really spooky, per se. But since you have just came off of Sober October, congratulations, by the way, for doing yet another Sober October. Very proud of you. But did you have any dreams during Sober October?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Any like worth noting?
Like I said, like you know, they were mainly like manifestations of like anxiety. You know, there was actually one I was talking about on the last episode with T-Dog, where it's like I had a dream that I was like walking down like Main Street in Front Royal over by like Maddox
Mm-hmm.
I was jogging and with this random person, this random guy that I don't recognize the face of, and he was just like, "Yo, do you mind giving me a ride to Winchester?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then in my dream brain, I was like, "Dang, I hope this person doesn't kill me."
Oh my God, that's intense. And
But
nothing ever killed you?
no, like basically, like the dream was like over after that. I didn't have any like maybe like a little bit of recollection of like just getting into a car, but like that was it.
Yeah.
But like when I woke up, like it was funny because I was like soaked in sweat.
Really?
And I don't know if it was because my body was thinking I was running
Mm-hmm.
or if it was because of like the anxiety.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a kind of crazy one. I also had a bunch where I was like, oh shit, I like did something of substance involved.
Yeah.
Like, had a drink.
Like in the dream?
Yeah, in a dream. I had a hit of a vape, have a hit of weed, you know. One it was like Adderall, and I was like, "Fuck, I forgot."
And did you actually feel the effects in the dream?
No, not really.
Because like I'm very very happy and excited that you brought that up. Uh, because it allowed my brain to think of something, or it reminded me of something that used to happen in my dreams a lot. So before I started smoke, well, this was when I was taking a bit of a break from smoking weed. I was still smoking weed, but like I think this was during like a month or 2 month break. Uh, might have been a couple weeks. Who knows? All I know is there was a break, and I was having these dreams. And this was also before I delved into the vast world and other worlds of psychedelics. But on different occasions, so one dream I had, I was don't remember what I was doing exactly. Just know I was like by some water and like on like some concrete parking lot kind of deal. But that's not the importance here. The importance here is that moon rocks were gotten, and I think I've had moon rocks once or twice now in my life. Uh, but I smoked moon rocks in my dream, and I got lit. I got super
Really?
high. And see, I only knew that because I've gotten high in real life, like prior to that dream. But this is what leads me into the next one, where it wasn't really a dream per se, but this was again before I've taken LSD or had shrooms or anything like that in my system, because this was back in like probably like 2017 ish or so, 2018 ish. Um, but I was drinking tea, I believe, because this was also during the break, and I was just looking for ways to stimulate myself, and I guess give myself the illusion that I was high. Uh, but I was getting into this meditative state, and I was just seeing absolutely nutty, crazy, unexplainable thing. I was seeing a lot of geometric shapes, and then a lot of like human cartoony looking figures doing like heads and arms getting bigger and smaller, and just really weird wacky stuff. Sorry, it feels like I got a fart. God damn it! What can you do? Um, uh, but anyway, yeah, I would see like just this crazy imagery, and this was before I did psychedelics. And then when I finally like went into started delving into psychedelics, maybe like a year or so after that, or 2 years after that, I believe it might have been the same year. Uh, but what was wild to me is that the imagery was very, very similar. And that's what like makes me think back on that experience like differently, because it was just like, holy crap, like there was some sort of connection here. But no, it just and I believe I might have read this somewhere, but don't quote me on this. But I'm pretty sure that like they might have done studies, or it might be a thing that people have had dreams or can have dreams where they take substances and somehow they feel the effects of it. But no, just you just like reminded me of that, and it was just very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like thinking about it is sort of it like I don't know. I don't really want to say like yeah I felt the effects of like what I was doing in a dream when I got high when I was you know doing a substance in a dream because I don't really have like the tactile feeling exactly but like I don't know maybe almost sort of but like also like just being in a dream state like feels like sort of like you know a substance in and of its own, Does
Well,
that make sense?
well, yeah, and this also makes me want to ask you, because I've also come to the realization that people dream differently. Like, not everyone dreams the same.
Yeah.
So, because I may have asked you this before, but like, how do you normally dream? Like, what is your
It's
perspective?
usually just like first person.
Yeah.
Like usually I feel like it's like super like sort of like in the context of being in a dream, it feels like very real. Even if I like wake up and I'm like that is so like sort of far out,
Hmm.
or unrealistic, it's like it still feels like a real experience in general.
Yeah.
But I also dream in color. Not everybody dreams in color apparently.
Oh, yeah, that's also true. Yeah. Do you mind if I roll another split?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, hell yeah. Thank you.
But yeah, I don't know though, cause like it also though for me like a reason why that's sort of like hard for me to answer is because it's like when I'm thinking back on a dream, it's like did I actually experience that in the dream or am I just is my brain like making me think that I experienced it as I try to recollect it?
Yeah.
Cause I don't know.
Oh man, I just grabbed some. Oh no, these are.
It's all good.
Is this all just? Is this just one? Oh, okay, sorry. It's been a while. Haven't rolled a spliff since I rolled a spliff last time. This is more to just challenge myself.
I've been doing these like the old schools, the no filters.
Really?
I'm doing a
Oh.
tobacco filter.
Mm. Which side's my sticky side? Help me out, brother Blue. Are you a bear?
It's this side.
Okay, thanks. All right, now I need. Oh, I already got weed.
Oh, here, if you need it, you can grab some out of here.
I think I'll be okay. Maybe not. I don't know. What if I just make it weed? Man, what
It's
were we
like
just talking about?
we're talking about dreams.
But oh, and yeah, you're in the perspectives, because you were talking about how like you like dream in color, and not everyone dreams in color, and that you like mainly dream from like a first person perspective. Uh, and then there's me, where I'll dream from a first person perspective, and then I'll also dream from like other person, like it'll still be first person, but it won't be me. It'll be someone else, and like I'll just be living out whatever they're doing, sort of deal. Or I've also had dreams in that same way where I'm like someone else, and then like it'll start out for first person, and then like it'll do like 360 like drone shot view of like what of that same dude, and like I'm still doing whatever they're doing, but then it becomes like I'm a third party perspective watching them doing what they're doing. Uh, yeah, my dreams get wild and wacky, and most of the like a good 80% of the time they're like very very vivid, even if they're like it's really wild. Yeah.
Do you think that might be influenced by video games or by
Oh, I definitely
modern
think that.
movies?
Yo, definitely on the video game end. That's what's opened up. That's what's like deep in my subconscious. I feel like is a lot of video games, other than like existential thoughts and like philosophy.
But yo, so I did want to ask though, when you said you had a sober period and you were doing some meditation and felt like you had a sort of like you got like psychedelic imagery even though you hadn't done psychedelics. Um, like it's interesting. Like in the Golden Dawn, apparently there were like techniques they would teach for like basically like a sort of psychedelic breathing techniques.
Really.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's also Kundalini yoga, which people have. Some people have claimed to reach DMT-like states.
Yeah, for real. I feel like, apparently like the sort of Golden Dawn thing was like quick, sort of like 4-second like breaths.
Really?
Yeah, at least that's how T-Dog had explained it. He had read the book on it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Speaking of the Golden Dawn and then Aleister Crowley, I was really surprised. I was at Books A Million yesterday, and not only did I find there's 2 books I need to get. One not in the store, but one in the store. One is I believe it's called, I don't know if it's A or The, but I'm just gonna say a creative we'll say The Creative Act, A Way of Being, by Rick Rubin. Has the alchemical symbol of the sun on it, and it's hardcover. I believe there might be softcover, but beautiful, beautiful, beautiful book that I want to get into. And then the other one is what is it? Sunflowers Beyond the Red Mist by our good man T-Dog.
what?
Yeah, I still need to get that book. Still need to buy that
I
book.
thought you might have Books A Million.
No, that's the one that's not in the store.
Yeah,
That one's
for
on
real.
Lulu something.
Yeah, Lulu.
Is it just Lulu?
It's just Lulu.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's on Lulu. Yeah, slash anything. How do we plug that?
I don't know. It's in his.
Can you drop a link in the description
I think we could.
down below? Always wanted to do that.
But there's a link in T-Dog's Insta bio
Really?
under Sunflower Magus.
Oh
Let
yeah,
me
yeah,
look-
yeah.
Let me look real quick to see if there's a hyphen there.
I used to mess with this man's knees a lot. Let me tell you. You know, first time on camera. What can you do?
My goodness.
I know. I've earned this one.
Old ways die hard.
That's what they do. Damn.
Yeah, it's Sunflower _Magus.
Really?
That's Magus.
I don't
Well, they say,
I want to use a
an
filter.
heiress's witness should never believe anything they read.
Well, I don't. I take everything I read and everything I hear with a grain of salt.
Yeah, for real, you got to these days.
Okay, so we're trying over here. We'll get it. I always forget how I start. Don't worry.
I would have done it the opposite way.
Okay, so I think okay, we're gonna be okay. Yeah.
Are you left-handed?
I'm ambidextrous in a way. It depends on what I'm doing.
I don't know why. My brother claims to be ambidextrous, and I say claims to be ambidextrous because I find it very hard to believe someone is actually ambidextrous for some reason when they tell me they are.
I mean,
But it would make sense. It's like, that's like your little like special like power to sort of compensate for not being able to smell.
so I'll put it this way: there's things I can do with both hands, and there's things I can only do with a certain hand. Okay, and I'll kind of leave it at that. Listen, I only with one hand, and then like eating food, I'll do with 2 hands. This I gotta hold this in the left hand, and then add with the right hand. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It really depends. Sometimes I'm ambidextrous. Sometimes I'm a twat. Twit. I'm a twit. Twit. Don't demonetize me, please. I gotta feed my kids.
Can you write with your left hand?
Oh man, it's like a 3-year-old. I don't
Come on,
understand.
I do not claim to be ambidextrous. I can write with my left hand.
But is
and
that
it
your
looks like
dominant?
shit.
Is that your dominant hand?
No, I'm right-handed.
See, that's what I'm saying. When I watch people write with their left hand, they're like dragging the pen or the pencil.
Well, it's hard because like a lot of times when you're writing with your left hand, your hand will mess up the writing as you write.
Like, can left-hand people when they write, can they even pinpoint? Like, how they pinpoint?
They would have to be like this.
I guess I should.
I guess, but I don't know. I've never done it because I'm not like. I mean, I'll do it like this. If in the few times that I have like written with my left hand.
Do you like writing with your left hand?
No.
Why not?
I've only done it a couple times to see if I could do it.
And it wasn't an enjoyable experience?
Yeah, there's no point in me trying to spend time or effort trying to write with my left hand poorly or get to the point where I can write decently with my left hand when my right hand is already pretty sloppy.
I think you'd enjoy it.
But it's funny because I can do like calligraphy stuff.
Calligraphy?
Yeah, but that's like very intentioned. Like when I'm writing, I write like chicken scratch.
Like chicken scratch? Where
Yeah.
are you? What area are you from?
This era.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I think so.
Why'd you let me roll this?
Because you have to learn.
It happened. The same thing happened as last time. Thank you. I appreciate you, and thank you for everyone's patience. I really appreciate you. I really do. Oh my goodness, guys, we did it! Woo! Celebration! All right, nice. Oh, God. Sorry.
That's.
I was lifting my.
It's a bit like crooked. I would
Listen,
say-
I'm crooked.
I would say give it the jab, yeah, and then roll it off.
It was just like last time, but it's gonna smoke. I know. I was here last time,
Hey,
and the last one got me.
if it can pull air through, it's a good joint. That's what my
Look at my mess.
buddy had said.
At least you can't pick it up on camera. I mean, you can see that there's a grinder, but you can't see that there's a 3-year-old rolling weed. Man, I've really been enjoying this conversation.
Hell yeah.
Now, I guess this is like looking towards the future, but is there like any kind of thing that like you want, like you'd like any sort of direction you'd like Post-Work Spliff Talk to go?
I really just wanted to be like the sort of like super chill, like kick where I can just like, have a conversation and give whatever updates,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I do kind of want to do like more like sort of like segmented material, but I don't know. It's hard to
Like-
sort of research and coordinate that stuff versus like
Now,
just having a smoke break.
that's very true. That's very true. I cannot argue with that. I mean, we're having a smoke break right now. Look at this, guys. I love you. I love you guys. I love you, brother.
Oh yeah, much love.
Much love, peace, love, and 93.
93.
Oh man, this one's for the shift tonight.
But yeah, it's good. Honestly, though, it's good to be going back to no dreaming.
Yeah.
I dream while I'm awake now.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I really do like dreaming though. It's a very interesting experience, and it shows that whatever the fuck we got going on in this reality. I mean, yeah, this is quote unquote real by our human brain standards, but there's some wacky stuff going on the inside. Like humans got an interesting brain.
Yeah, for real. I used to think that I wanted to go into like psychology, but yeah, the human mind has always like captivated me.
Yeah.
And I love like those sort of like there's a really good podcast called Psychology After Dark,
Oh.
which is hella good when it comes to like that sort of like dark side of the mind and like, like also has like a bit of a true crime element, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Who does it?
Um it's this couple. I like stumbled onto it on Spotify. And really, really, really dig it.
He really digs it, guys. Really digs this one.
But yeah, it's a
And it's called what again?
Psychology After Dark by Dr.
So, like, is it Jay Leno?
No, it's not like a late night talk show.
Oh, no,
Here we are,
cut.
Psychology After Dark, and today we have a special guest, Theodore Bundy.
Hey, hi, Theo. Welcome to the
It's
show.
like it is very like professional. It almost sort of reminds me of this sort of like almost like podcast like format. I don't know like who really like originated that, but yeah, they did a episode on like the old the boy Theodore Krasinski Salem witch trial,
And
the
Slender Man.
Unabomber.
Not the Unabomber. Is it because he has a unibrow?
Ed Gein. No, because he
I know.
bombed the postal service
One time?
many times.
You know.
It was kind of like a streak.
He needs to work on his name, man.
He did pick that. The media picked that.
They did bad.
They didn't want to Waco.
Oh,
MK Ultra.
Waco, Texas? Is that where it is?
Yeah, like the standout.
Yeah.
Between like wasn't it that with the Branch Davidians and the ATF?
Wait, was it?
I'm pretty sure that was Waco.
Like, because sometimes
Like
when
David
I hear...
Koresh.
Yeah. Wait, what?
That was the name of the guy who was running the sort of like Christian cult.
Then who's the guy doing the UAP thing? David Grush. Okay.
David Grush, yeah.
And
It's David Koresh.
Koresh. Okay. Sorry. I
You
got
have
a
to
little
check me
mixed
for a
up.
second. Like, wait, is David Grush form of religion?
he might have. He might still have. We don't know. Where are the facts?
But yeah, that was like a weird, like sort of Christian cult that like started like stockpiling weapons, and the ATF sort of bum rushed them.
Yeah. Guys, ain't it nice that I'm not dying and that I don't feel like I'm dying? I feel fucking great, man.
Hell yeah.
It's nice.
That's what. So wait, when was that? That was like August. It was August, right?
Yeah, it was like August something.
'Cause
No, it wasn't August because actually, yeah, it was. It was like after.
I didn't get around to editing it for like a really long time because
Yeah.
I was dealing with used like a completely used up memory space on my old computer, trying
Yeah.
to get a new computer, and I was just like, I didn't even have enough room
Oh yeah.
in the computer for the video that was on the camcorder.
Yeah, it was definitely in August because I remember that's why I didn't even attempt doing Sober October at all because I was like, damn, I just did Sober whatever month.
Yeah.
I was like, I already done put myself through this because I already don't drink on the regular. I mean, other than like recently this last like week or past like maybe week and a half or so on my day like my days off, my fiance and I have just been whining it the up, man, whining up, wino McGee, man, you know. Dionysus, praise up. Oh,
Oh yeah. Hail Dionysus.
hail Dionysus. I got a whole list of them, but Dionysus, my man, I love him.
Wine is good for the blood.
It is. Wine is the. Did you know that Dionysus before Christ, because Dionysus was way before Christ.
Yeah.
Dionysus was known to, how do I say, turn something into wine, like either like or refer like his blood was referred to as wine, sort of deal, like as in how Jesus's blood is referred to as wine, or can be, or like during communion it's like taking
Yeah.
Jesus's blood and his body, whatnot.
Well, I feel like the ancient Greeks, they kind of did see like Dionysus as like the force that caused the grapes to ripen, and like the spirit within the sort of within their elixir. But you know, the I feel like it was like, yeah, they felt like the like wine was like endowed by the spirit of Dionysus, but unlike with like, like sort of like Catholic transubstantiation, um I feel like they felt like it was already like endowed with that like naturally. It wasn't like a ritual they brought it like to bring the spirit of Dionysus into the wine.
Jesus was just like, my blood is wine.
Yeah, like in the Bible, the like thing is like he at the Last Supper he like did all this, like took the cup and said, "This is my blood, and do this in remembrance of me."
Oh my,
But
that's sadistic. Did he even say it was wine? Or
yeah,
was he
I
just
think they,
like,
they
drink
knew
my
it was.
blood?
I think everybody at the dinner knew it was wine.
They knew it was wine. They were just, no, they're just drinking
It's not like
Jesus'
Jesus was
blood.
like slitting his wrist or anything, like filling up the cup
Then how do you fill up the cup?
with wine.
And then what did he just get some special wine and then he's like, hey guys, my blood, I got this. This is me. Don't ask where I
Well,
got
now
it.
they just get any wine. Church wine in Catholicism is known as being like particularly cheap wine.
So are we saying Jesus is cheap? I'm not saying he's not.
I don't think that was what they were trying.
He did only wear a white robe.
Yeah, some depictions have the red.
Was it the same robe? Did he ever change that robe?
I don't know.
Did he ever wash that robe? Did he ever wash?
I'm not exactly sure what the hygiene practices of ancient Galileans were.
Oh man, what is Jesus gonna do?
Depends on who you ask.
Wait, what if? Why wouldn't like the Vatican be like the first place he goes, or like wouldn't he want to like take down Rome?
Yeah, I mean,
Isn't like the Vatican the last standing of Rome at this point? Like, isn't Vatican Rome?
No, Rome and the Vatican are two separate cities, although I think they are very
Well,
adjacent.
no, I mean like Rome doesn't have the
But
same Rome feeling as in like when Rome broke from like you got Rome and then what then became like the Byzantine Empire, but
yeah,
like
the Eastern.
but like the Vatican is like holds all the history. It's Rome from when Rome was still Rome, back in the day.
I think it always was a separate city, because they've always.
Well, because weren't they like the Papal States?
Yeah, like the Papal States. Like if you look, I was watching a video actually
Learned that from
like,
a
just
game.
the other day. That like back in like medieval times especially, like the entire peninsula of Italy was like completely like sort of like fragmented into these like separate sort of like little kingdom states.
Yeah.
Like you had like in like Naples, what is now just a city, used to be an entire sort of like city state.
Yes.
And the Vatican is basically like one of the few places where it still sort of is like that, Whereas everything in Italy is now, you don't know, it's no longer like Genoa and Sicily and Naples, all like sort of battling each other for who gets like, more control over the land. You just have Italy, and then the Vatican is technically its own country.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm pretty sure a lot of places consider it like an absolute monarchy.
Really?
One of the few in the world, I'm pretty sure.
I apologize. I
Sounds
just
good.
tapped the mic.
Misinformation.
Will it pick up if I tap the mic?
Yeah.
All right, because I accidentally did that.
It's all good.
I apologize. Oh man, let me tell you, this has been. How long have we been doing this?
I don't know. It's been a solid minute.
How do we check?
I don't know. We'll have to check once we finish up. We could wrap it up after we smoke these.
Oh, we don't gotta wrap it up yet. I'm having a good freaking time.
Hell yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah, I don't know. There might be a little meter on there. I just don't feel like getting up and going and looking.
Watch this. You can cut this out. And scene. I'm back. Whatever you think you just saw didn't happen. Oh my gosh! What if we can have commercials? I'm gonna make
now a quick break from our sponsors.
Can I have like a fake commercial?
Yeah, we could do stuff like that.
Whoa, hell yeah! And then I make a real thing, and then become
just
rich.
Have to be on a future episode.
Yeah. Are there gonna be future episodes?
Yeah, you can come back if you want.
Hell yeah, dude! I want this to be a thing.
No, after today you are barred.
Oh no, barred. BARRED.
The door.
The door. Why? Why only the door?
You can sit and smoke a cigarette on the porch, but you can't come in the door.
You know, I have done that before, where I have just sat on the porch, and you weren't even home. I thought I might have been waiting, maybe not, but I thought I might have been trying to come over and be like, "Hey, what's up?" sort of thing. But you weren't home, and I was just like, "I'm just gonna sit on his porch and smoke a cigarette, and then I'll go back."
It's a lovely porch to have a smoke.
It really is. In your backyard, it looks amazing. My yard is starting to look like your yard, and and I'm in town. I'm a menace to society.
Will you get like a note on the door?
Nope. I rent a house. There, my landlady's like.
Sometimes the town will go and give you like at least I'm pretty sure in Front Royal, if you don't like cut your grass, like the town will put a note on your door. Not out here.
The time is coming. Don't worry. Yes. Lady needs a trim. If we're considering a lawn, like a female, can lawns be female? What? Okay, so in French or let's check it if you can.
Let's do English to French, because the French invented the stupid idea of having half-inch grass covering a flat surface outside of your house.
It's gonna be masculine. I feel like grass and or lawn or yard. I feel like they're gonna be masculine words. You know who else likes masculine and feminine varieties?
Do you know anything about French?
Pelouse? What does she say?
Should I put it up to the mic?
Yeah.
Pelouse.
So I was kind of right, but I only took French for like 2 years in high school, so I'm not fluent by any means.
It's hard.
Did it say the gender?
I don't think it says it immediately. I'd have to go into some results.
Oh, what does it say in Oh, L-A. Oh,
So
it's
would it-
feminine.
Yeah.
But then, what's a gazon? Okay.
That's grass.
All right, so grass is masculine, and what is that? And that is also. So there's different versions. So what is that? France is forward. One thing about France I will say that I do appreciate is that because for some reason they always get the rep of they always run away or they're weak or this and that, but they're the one society of people that how many times did they basically overthrow well, yes, but also overthrow their own government. How many times have they rewritten their constitution?
Well, I don't know. Well, there was the initial French Revolution that overthrew the monarchy, and then that was replaced by the sort of Napoleon dynasty, which was interrupted by some re-arising of the original monarchy, and then at some point it went to them being a constitutional republic, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not positive.
That explains it.
But yeah, I don't know. But apparently they did start the concept of the lawn.
Wait, the French?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. That's what I heard.
Now, see, I don't mind. I guess I don't mind it because lawns aren't awful. But
Yes,
one
they
thing
are.
well, yeah,
Not
but
the yuck your yum.
I wish you could. I wish you could like have your lawn the way you want it to be, though. Like especially if you're like paying absurd amounts of money for the space that you're living in. But at the same time, one thing that I want to touch on though is that being out here on the East Coast is so much better than the Midwest, because it just seems more normalized to leave the trees in your yard or just leave the trees standing up or just leave the trees alone.
Yeah.
But out in the Midwest, like along like streets and like in town and stuff like that, like you might see a handful of trees or there might be like specific areas with trees, but like out here it almost everyone's yard's got like at least a tree sort of deal.
I don't know, yo. My parents cut down like pretty much, yeah, like
They're Catholic
all of the
though.
trees in their yard.
You know, we already
They're
had
definitely Catholics that will be like let the trees grow, but you know, they had like three. Well, there's still a little cherry tree.
yeah, I don't hate Catholics. Let me preface. I just like to poke fun at them a lot. Honestly, they're probably who knows? Maybe the okay. Listen, I'm not knowledgeable enough to speak on this, but let me tell you, Catholics got parents, man. I mean, Blue's got parents. That other guy I just said, that's my cousin. Sorry.
I do have parents.
Are they Catholic?
Yeah.
And do they
They
have a?
also took the trees out of their yard. They had an apple tree.
They're the only they're the only Catholic family I think I've met that doesn't have like some sort of a big like not sprinter van but like really big van with like
They
16
did.
seats. What? Catholic. That's what I'm saying. Front Royal has so many Catholics.
Oh yeah.
And
Ton
there's
of
so many
Catholics.
of those vans. Have you noticed them? Yeah, that's how you could tell a Catholic in this town.
I grew up all around those vans.
Do they have like RV party kind of deals where they like go out into the middle of nowhere to do their rituals and they take their
No.
big old
See,
vans?
in Catholicism is only church sanctioned rituals that the lays can merely only watch.
Oh, oh, that's sad. Why can't we partake?
Because they're like, you have to be an ordained priest to do the rituals.
What if I don't ever remember being baptized, but I'm pretty sure that I was, but I have no recollection? Does that mean I'm still going to hell? Was I not
It
reborn?
depends on who you ask.
Oh, see, that's the problem. Why can't I just get an answer? They're just running me in circles. And that's just
Do
religion
you
in a
really want a
nutshell.
definitive answer on if you're going to hell?
Life can't give me a definitive answer, so that's okay. You're always just picking through the what is it? Finding order within the chaos or something like that. That's what I coined from an acid trip once.
Hell yeah.
And then that like Rick Rubin in that book that I mentioned earlier, like I was randomly flipping through it and he like touched on something like that or said something of that line, and like it really like threw me for a loop because I was like, whoa, someone else has said this, and because I think I like flipped to like the back of the book or something.
I'm pretty sure that is like a slogan of some like alleged secret society.
I mean, the universe is just chaos, and you're just finding like even within chaos, there's like an inherent pattern to that chaos, and like chaos can have order in a very weird way.
Well, if you're being a Principia Discordian, a Principia Discordia, what's the word? Like orthodoxy practice. It is all there is chaos, and disorder and order are just illusions.
Yes, that's finding order within the chaos, baby. Come on, sip that tea every day. Come on. Wow. What do you think?
It's good tea.
Yeah, it's very good tea. Got anything else on your mind?
Not really. Do you
Yeah,
have anything else?
I don't think so.
Do you have any plugs?
I'm just gonna constantly plug until the day I die. Sunflowers Beyond the Red Mist, by my brother T Dog. You can find that at Lulu slash T Dog maybe. But definitely on Lulu. I know it's there. Uh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful author and writing skills among the stars. I would say a man born of the stars, as we all are. Yes,
Hell yeah, 93.
93.
But yeah, the only thing I would really think to plug for me is the Instagram of the Purplest People, which is my brother and I's new project. We're coming up with some material for. And I should also have some drops here under the Blue Anderson. And then another little secret song that I'm working on with another family member.
Oh,
So we'll
spooky.
see when that see when that pans out. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh yeah, well, I had a really fun time.
Hell yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks for coming on. And until next time, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.